This is an assignment-based presentation for 2018 for Bachelor of Education Senior Primary and the subject PHE22. This is Physical and Health Education for the Year 2, Semester 2, and it is about the assignment for 2018. I'm the presenter, Ansie Stein. Welcome to the presentation of the assignment of 2018. This presentation's aim is to help you understand what is expected of you for the assignment of 2018. You receive one assignment per subject per semester. This PHE22 assignment counts 100 marks. You should obtain at least 50% to qualify for the exams which will follow. Now I'm going to give you a few hints. Here are a few hints on how to tackle your assignment and obtain good marks. Your assignment is a preparation exercise to the exams which follow. Plagiarism is prohibited. This means you may not write the text directly from the study guide or source of information. Use your own words. You may quote, however, from your source when you want to strengthen your viewpoint. If you do this, put the quoted text in inverted commas and mention the source used. However, do not do this regularly. Rather make the content your own so that the tutor can see that you do understand the work. Also, before you start answering the questions, read through your study guide to make sure you have a good overview of the content of the subject. While reading, note the learning outcomes, that's the LO, of each unit. This will give you a very good idea what the unit is about and will guide you to the answers. This will help you with the short answer questions asked in the assignment. Take your time doing this. It will be worthwhile in the long run while answering the questions. Also, keep in mind, do not let a friend help you with the assignment. Do it in your own handwriting. The study guide should be your main source of information, but you may use other textbooks to broaden your viewpoint. Mention the sources you used at the end of your assignment. Do not forget to mention the study guide as a reference. Please contact your tutor should you be uncertain or need help. Write legibly and neatly. Use neatly cut paper to write on. First impressions are very important, and presenting your assignment neatly is the basis of this. Also remember, write with blue or black pen. You may also type the assignment. All questions are compulsory. Do not leave out questions, even if you do not know what is expected of you. Contact your tutor and find help to answer each question properly. All answers of questions asked in the assignments can be found in the study guide. Make sure your answer matches the question number of the assignment. So write the correct answer to the correct question number. Carefully read what is expected of you. Read the questions thoroughly, even more than once. At the beginning of your study guide, a list of key words is given and explained. These words can be found under the heading Action Verbs. Here you will find words like explain, define, describe, and compare. These words are used to explain what is expected from you to answer the questions properly. Read through the list and understand what is expected from you. For example, describe means you must provide detailed features, and explain means you should provide a reasoned projection. Only do what is asked from you. Do not give lengthy descriptions if it's not asked from you. Now that you know the broader details, let us look at the assignment itself. Firstly, before you start your assignment, get a good broad overview of the subject content. Now, start with each separate question. This assignment consists of 8 questions. Each question represents the 8 units. So, question 1 represents Unit 1. Question 2 represents Unit 2, and so forth. Look at the marks allocated to each question. Your answer should be in line with this. For example, if the question counts 2 marks, you should only write down 2 facts. If you write down, say, 4 facts, only the first 2 will be marked, even though they may not be correct. The last 2 facts will be ignored and not marked. So make sure of this. Underneath are the verbs used in the assignment. Read and understand what is expected from you with each question. Now, the action verbs in this assignment are the following: name, explain, analyze, describe, discuss, and list. The most common mistakes made in the previous assignments are students did not use their study guide as main source of information. They did not use their own words but copied directly from the study guide. This resulted in obtaining poor marks as they did not portray their own understanding of the subject. Too lengthy descriptions. Make sure to be to the point when answering. Students did not read the question thoroughly and correctly and did not know what exactly was expected from them. Remember that your assignment is a reflection of yourself. Present yourself neatly, professionally, and well organized. Now, we're going to look at each question in the assignment. So, question 1. All the questions come from Unit 1. In this question, you will come across short answer questions. You will have to read through the unit to be able to answer the questions. This is a good opportunity to acquaint yourself with the content of Unit 1, so do not guess the answers. Question 1.3 requires the designing of a balanced fitness program. Before you start designing, first make sure to know what the components of such a program should be. Thereafter, you draw up a program and include those components. Make sure to use your own ideas, as you will not receive marks using the study guide or somebody else's ideas. One example can be that strength exercises should be included. So you can use the idea of throwing light balls, say 20 times, changing to heavier balls for 20 times, and then a heavy ball like a medicine ball for 10 times. In this way, strengthening of the muscles is enhanced. Now use another component and write down what specific exercises you will include in your program. In this way, you take all the components and describe a specific exercise to be done to enhance that component. Question 2. Like the previous question, all the answers can be found in Unit 2. And 2.1 is a straightforward question where you just have to name the phases. Question 2.2 requires an explanation. So read what the exercises entail and then explain in your own words what you understand them to be. Question 2.3 requires you to analyze facts. When you analyze, you need to look at the facts, rethink them, and then write down what you think the advantages and disadvantages are. So at first you have to choose 2 instruction and demonstration methods of teaching in physical education. Then you have to analyze these methods. In other words, you cannot just copy the facts, but have to consider them carefully and reflect the answer in your own words and give your meaning too. This is a level 3 question and requires insight from your side. Insight into teaching methods is vital if you want to become a good, efficient teacher. So question 3 comes from Unit 3, and it's about gymnastic exercises. All the answers to question 3 can be found in Unit 3. The questions are straightforward and should be given in a clear, understandable way. Make the facts your own and answer in your own words. In 3.1, you have to describe an activity. Question 3.2 cannot be answered unless you've studied the content in order to fill in the correct answers. Write out the sentences and underline your answers which you filled in. Or, alternatively, you can write the answers in color. Question 4. In this question, your knowledge and understanding of Unit 4 is tested. Read the table of content carefully and acquaint yourself with the content, because it is mostly about training issues and also the management of sport events. You have to discuss facts and also explain how you will demonstrate how learners should run hurdles. Your example as a coach is vital, and how you will demonstrate the skill will be followed by your athletes. So carefully consider what and how you will demonstrate, and then you write down your thoughts. But do not just use your own ideas. The correct outlines are given in the unit. Study and use them. So question 5, like all the previous work, this question comes from the number of the question. So use Unit 5 for the answers. I urge you not to use the internet as main source, but your study guide. You may, however, use the internet to enhance your answers from the study guide. So you have to discuss 8 cricket rules, meaning you should write them in your own words. There are many rules. Choose only 8 of them to discuss, as you will not receive any more marks for discussing more than 8. Question 5.2 requires you to explain what you should do after you've called the doctor when a learner was seriously injured. So do not discuss any steps you would take before calling the doctor, but after you've called the doctor. Question 6. To answer question 6.1, you will have to read 6.7 in your study guide. Thereafter, you have to design your own game to play with learners during a PE class. As PE teacher, you will have to be creative and invent your own games too. Do not make use of well-known games, but use your own game, because if you do not use your own ideas, you will not receive any marks. As a guideline, you use the facts of 6.7. Question 7 and Unit 7 work hand in hand. The questions are to the point and should be presented in a simple, clear way, but in your own words. Question 8 needs descriptions of systems of the body and also a discussion, meaning you have to write down the facts in your own words while discussing certain facts. Unit 8 describes the facts in detail, but first make the content your own by carefully reading through it. Lastly, You will notice that you are requested to present your assignment in the academic format, meaning you should start your assignment with a table of content, the number of your pages, write an introduction and a conclusion, and lastly, write down your references used. Do not forget the study guide as a reference. Now, I'm just going to quickly say that again. You should start your assignment with a table of content. If you don't know how to write it, please look in your study guide for the table of content. You should number your pages. You should write an introduction and a conclusion. And lastly, write down your references used. Do not forget the study guide as a reference. Now, this is necessary because you are studying to stand in a professional environment as a teacher, and by presenting your assignment in the academic format helps you to present yourself as a professional person. You ought to know now what is expected from you. So do the assignment with the necessary dedication. Remember that this assignment will be the starting point when studying for the examinations and should therefore be complete and correct as far as possible. Should you need any help from me, you are welcome to phone me or mail me at uncistein@hotmail.com. That's uncistein@hotmail.com, so that I can answer you in a well-constructed way. My cell phone number is 081 277 5321. You can either phone me or SMS me. Good luck and enjoy exploring your subject.